Well, good evening and welcome to another episode of Leopard Lair. I'm your host, John Aljancic, and we have an exciting episode for you tonight. First off, we have members of our Louisville baseball team, as well as head coach Brian Warner, and two newly committed people to the Malone Pioneers, Cole Miller, Zach Root. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
So, well, first of all, let's cut right to the trace. You guys just recently committed to Malone. I've had great careers here. As baseball players as well as golfers. Yeah. But first of all, Coach Warner, what do these guys bring to your team?
Man, they bring a lot. Both these guys are two-way players. They've given us a lot of great innings on the mound, and they can also do damage offensively as well. This year being seniors, they're going to be expected to be leaders, and everything we've done so far, they're filling those roles extremely well. They're great kids, great characters, great teammates, and they're going to set a great example for our younger guys now, as we continue to carry this tradition and our culture, which has been very good recently and has led us to a lot of success. And these guys have been a part of that, and they know what it takes, and that's what they're bringing. They're bringing a lot.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now you two, going to be probably, I'm guessing, 3-year letterman here for the Leopards. Mm-hmm. A very decorated career up to this point. What's been maybe a personal highlight as well as maybe a team highlight for at least for the first 2 years of your career, and what's a goal that you're setting for this coming year?
I would say last year Glen Oak game, was a big one. I think everybody knows I had 3 balks in that game, so 3 back-to-back balks. So
a record, OHSA record.
Yeah, probably something like that. But I think that was a great game because I had to push through that adversity and pitched great. I ended up getting the win, so that was great. We moved on to Walsh, but
awesome.
Yeah, that's
right. For me, it was probably the Hoban game.
Okay.
I pitched a complete game with 2 hits, and going into that game, you hear these kids are big and really good baseball players, but pitched a good game and won it.
Well, cool. That's why they play the games. If they were played on paper, we wouldn't show up. So, but how about as a team? You guys have had a lot of success. What's been maybe a highlight, a game that you really look to as a team that maybe you've overcome something besides Hoban? Obviously, Hoban was a great win. But anything else that really sticks out to you guys in your first 2 years as varsity players?
Maybe not so much a game, but the run to regionals was a great one. That was one of the best teams I played on, and it was just a really fun year. That was great.
I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
I got to play with my brother that year.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
First and third,
yeah.
That was an awesome experience.
Wow, that's awesome. So now, you two, are kind of an anomaly. When you look at it in terms of, committed together to go to Malone, but have played baseball together, summer ball for over a decade, and so pretty much your whole baseball career.
Yeah.
You two have been beside one another.
Yeah.
Kind of a shake and bake type answer. But what's that meant? Now you're about to start your career together, Malone. Don't want to discount your senior year, obviously, here at Louisville, but did that factor into your decision to go to Malone at all?
It definitely made it easier.
Mm-hmm.
It's my brother basically, so yeah, definitely made it easier for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. So, Coach Warner, exciting season coming up. Kind of fill us in, what are your expectations for your team this year? Not just wins and losses, but what are you expecting out of these guys, out of your team collectively, and obviously these two as senior leaders?
Yeah, I don't really set expectations as far as wins and losses, like you said. I think if we do a lot of the stuff behind the scenes, if we work hard, we have great leadership. And I continue to say this over and all about great leadership and culture and being, no selfishness and those kind of things. And these guys have been a part of 2 teams that were very exemplary in those areas, and they saw how having that bond and that that love for one another, it pulls you through some tough times. So I know these guys want to recreate that and hopefully even take it to another level and make it their own level, as far as a good team chemistry. But these guys, it's nice having Cole and Zach here because they've been a part of so many games. 42 wins over the last 2 seasons that they've been a part of. So they're going to be basically some coaches out on the field, for us, as far as having that experience different situations. I mean, there can't be too many situations that they haven't been a part of now. So I'm going to expect them to really be helpful for some of the younger guys, or their teammates, and help pull them through during some tough times. Baseball is a game of a lot of adversity, and these guys have both faced their own adversity, so they know what it takes to get through that. Just again, one of the many qualities that these guys are going to bring to this team, and what I expect to be a very fun, successful season.
Now, you two, obviously, very good players about to join the college ranks. Cole amongst the league leaders, or county leaders in home runs, RBIs. Zach, big win. Big win in the District 1 semifinals. Big one-hit shutout, complete game against Carrollton. How did you choose Malone? Let's put it that way.
I thought first, my relationship with the coaches were great. I think knowing some of the players, like Charlie just went there. I mean, everybody knows Charlie's a great person, so I thought that made it pretty easy. Practicing with the team, I thought it was great, for our overnight visit. And obviously Cole going there helped a little bit. Didn't it wasn't a, what do you call it, like a decision, but I think it made it
felt
easier.
pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know just knowing a lot of people there helps out a lot. It's close to home. Coaches are really nice people, so I'm really looking forward to next year.
Awesome. Coach Crank does a great job over there at Malone. And now listen, the GMAC, there are a lot of good teams over there.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel what do you think the biggest excitement is going into college baseball, as well as what do you think the biggest challenge is going to be for you as you enter into a whole nother level?
I think there's, I don't know, maybe all the players are going to be way bigger than us, so I mean it's going to be really challenging to get, we're going to have to work really hard to step up there, but I mean it's just baseball at the end of the day, so I think
Me personally is probably balancing time between sports and school. That's going to be a big thing since they have 4-hour practices, and compared to our 2-hour practices, it doesn't leave us with much time.
No, not at all. But hey, there's no shortcut to greatness. You got to put in the work.
Yep.
And I know you guys have what it takes. So, well, as excited as we are about you guys going to Malone, I'm more excited right now to watch you guys play your senior season. I've had the pleasure to get to coach these guys for a couple summers as well. So this has been a special episode for me, but we appreciate you joining us. And up next, our girls softball team. So stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Tanya of Thomas Dental. Would you like to improve your smile? Maybe you think you're not a candidate. Here at Thomas Dental, we can offer you dental solutions from professional whitening, braces to full mouth restoration with payment arrangements for almost any budget. At Thomas Dental, you have access to a dentist 24/7, from routine dental visits to emergency dental care. We're one call away when you need dental help the most.
You like spending time with your family, but have you planned for when that is not possible? Guiley & Guiley provide affordable estate planning protecting you and your family. Our experience is your solution. Guiley & Guiley.
Well, welcome back to the Leopard Lair. I'm your host, John Aljantic, and before we get going with our second segment here at the Straggett Media Network, first of all, I want to thank our sponsors, White Therapy, as well as Guiley & Guiley, the law firms of Guiley & Guiley, and Thomas Dental and Associates. So we really appreciate your support in putting this on. So, well, next up, we got two members of our girls softball team, and kind of part of this college edition of Leopard Lair. We're only really 7%, less than 7% of high school athletes go on to play college athletics. And we have two of them right here, Kenzie Denzer and Maddie Benson. So thanks for joining us, you two.
Thank you for having us.
So, well, let's cut right to the chase here. Kenzie just recently committed to Marietta,
Yep.
and Maddie committed to Maryland. Explain to us how you got to choosing Marietta and choosing Maryland, respectively.
You can start. For me, I wanted to be a little further away from home, but still driving distance, so I could come back for like long weekends. And one thing I noticed right away was the connection with the coaches. It was just like a click straight away. And then with the river right in the background, because it's right on the border with Ohio and West Virginia, I just thought it was a beautiful campus, and I could just really see myself going there.
I chose Maryland simply because I knew from day one I wanted to go to Big Ten. Big Ten family, I was like, I want to go Big Ten. So what got me to Maryland was my career option. I looking at criminal justice, so one of the best careers there, and their humbleness. Maryland's very humble, and I love the coaching staff. And yeah, we even had some coaching changes recently, but I'm still very happy and very blessed for it.
Awesome. Well, obviously, two great careers here at Louisville. Last year, making it to the sectional finals. Now, Kenzie, Maddie, more of a shortstop. Kenzie, kind of a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Where's your favorite position to play, would you say, if you had your choice? Now, I know you're a great teammate, you'll play anywhere, but putting a little bug in Coach Miller's ear, is there any place we like to play in particular?
I play a lot of second base for my travel team, so I would say like that's probably where I like the most, but I would either say second or the outfield.
Okay, sure. Awesome. Now, obviously, you have had success individually up to this point in your career. What would you say is a highlight for both of you, both individually and as a team, over the last couple of years of your varsity career?
Well, a lot of people would say my nine school records would be a highlight, but I'm just there to play softball, play for my team. But one of my best highlights, one of my favorites, is definitely the walk-off win against Solon in our sectional semis. It was just nice to actually move on to the next game.
Absolutely, a little two-run bomb.
Yes, and I just had to get the job done, and I did, and so we got to play another game. So
awesome.
Me personally, I was gonna say my freshman year, the walk-off against Ursuline. That season was definitely hard for me. I think it was mostly freshman jitters. So to come in a big game like that against a good team, it felt good.
Absolutely. And a couple great walk-off wins, whether it's a two-run homer there or Kenzie having 3 hits in a walk-off win against Alliance just before then. So first of all, did you know that home run was gone when you hit it, or was there a little doubt when the ball was in the air?
I feel like when I always hit home runs, there's always a little doubt.
All right. Now, Maddie, I know when I'm parking up around the high school and middle school, I make sure I kind of park closer to the gymnasium, so just to be safe. So
that's fair.
Awesome. Well, what are the going into this season? Last year finished right around 500, just a little bit below. What are the expectations for this year for you guys? Maybe not necessarily wins and losses, but like just performance for your team, and especially being senior leaders in the team.
I just want to be a leader. My team relies on me a lot, and I know that. But at the same point, like I want to build our freshmen, I want to build our sophomores, and I want to build our juniors. And I feel like really good leaders find a way to do that, even if you have a losing season. So that's something that's my personal goal. Yes, everybody wants to be successful in numbers, but I want to have more of an impact outside of the number category. I want to, like I said, I just want to form our program and build it better.
How about you, Kenzie?
I couldn't agree more. I think just building, not only a strong defense and offense, but that strong friendship between the team in general, not just individuals, would it really help us improve to our season and stuff.
Fantastic. Now, how have you enjoyed playing for Coach Miller up to this point, entering her 3rd season? She brings a lot of energy. What do you think is her biggest strength as a coach for you two?
I think whenever she wants to get something done, she lets us know, and she knows like before practice, she'll let us know like what we have in store for that practice, or if like we have a big game coming up, we'll make sure to practice on the weaknesses we had for the game in the past history, and I think that's her biggest strength.
I'd say that's a good one. She also makes the game a little bit fun. Especially Brooke and I. We have our moments, and she likes to join in. So that's something that we always look forward to in seasons. And she just, like I said, she just brings that fun twist to the game.
Oh, awesome. Now, obviously, this being kind of a college edition of Leopard Lair, with you two going to Marietta and Maryland, respectively. What excites you most about the college game? Not to look past your senior year, but what excites you about going to the respective colleges you're going to, as well as what maybe makes you a little apprehensive as you go to the next level?
I'm ready for the challenge. I think I want to be challenged more. And I think going to a place, especially in the Big Ten, I mean it's Power 5, where everybody's basically good. Everybody's the same across the board. It's the small details that will set you apart. Probably the biggest challenge for myself, probably the adjustment. Just adjusting from, we're in Louisville to now I'm kind of near the city and on my own.
Sure.
So, I think every college adjustment.
Yeah. I'd say the biggest adjustment for me was the managing schoolwork, social life, and then just like the athletic part of it. But again, with the challenge, I'm just ready to be pushed a little bit further. And yeah.
Awesome. Well, Kenzie and Maddie, we really appreciate you joining us here at the Lair. Thank you once again for joining us here at the Leopard Lair, presented by the Streggett Media Network. Have a good night, everybody, and go Leopards.